In this video, you're going to learn what a DNS proxy is on the Palo Alto Firewall and why you need to configure it. Hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Ricardo. I'm the founder of NetSums, where we help security professionals level up their skills. And now you're going to head to the file so I can show you the configuration live. So the idea of DNS proxy is that you can configure on your PCs the IP address of the file, and the file can be the DNS resolver, let's call it like this, for the site or for the interface that you can configure it on. So in my opinion, one big advantage of DNS proxy on the file is that you force all the DNS queries to go through the file, and you have only one IP address, which is the file IP address, that you need to allow. So in this case, you're going to be sure that your clients are not just entering some crazy DNS from the internet and getting even crazier IP addresses back, but you have controlled which DNS servers are being used in your company. In order to configure it, you have to go to Network, DNS Proxy, but before we start configuring it, I want to show you something. I have already prepared a rule under Policies. It's called Allow DNS to File, and this rule is allowing, in my case, I just chose one lab network. It's my network that I'm using, and the destination is going to be the IP address of the file. In this case, it's the default gateway, but it doesn't have to be. Application DNS and action allow, and I'm allowing DNS. So in this case, I'm allowing only DNS going to the file and not to the internet. If we try now, for example, netsums.com, you see that the file doesn't answer. But on the monitor, go to traffic, action allow, but byte receive null. So it means that the file is not sending anything back. Of course, the file still hasn't been configured to be a DNS resolver or DNS proxy. So in order to configure it, you have to go to Network, DNS Proxy, click on Add. I'm going to enter a name, DNS resolver, or just proxy. Let's use the language from the Palo. It's enabled. Then you have here inheritance source and secondary inheritance source. If I had an interface configured as this DHCP client, I could be able to choose the interface here, but I have none of them configured. What it would mean? It means that my interface with configured as DHCP client, I can do it now. We can take a look. Let's go, it's easier to, let's just take this interface 1.3, like this, check, ignats, and here I want DHCP client, just as a test. Click on OK. Now this interface now is going to be, whenever it comes up, it's going to be requesting an IP address from a DHCP server. Now let's go back to DNS proxy. Now if we go to the DNS proxy that we were creating, before I enter the name, now I have the IP address to choose. It would mean that the DNS server that I get from the DHCP server is going to be entered here automatically, and this one will be the secondary one if I want to use. So I can choose the Ethernet 1.3 again. So that's the idea. So whenever the provider sends me a new DNS server, I don't have to enter here manually or change anything. It already comes here automatically as an inheritance. Okay, we're not going to be using this. I'm just going to set to none, and let's keep going here. As a name, let's enter DNS proxy. My primary DNS server, I don't want to inherit. I want the 192.168. No, that's not true. I just enter Google one, and my secondary is also the Google public DNS server. Okay. Here under DNS proxy rules, this is also something really cool. You can add proxy rules here. It means that if you want to redirect queries to special domains to another server, it's possible also here. I'm gonna enter just HICNet. This is my lab network, and here I'm gonna enter everything that goes to HICNet goes to my internal server, and my internal server has the IP address, this one, okay? So everything that goes to HICnet, I make a request and I would like the IP address from test.hicnet, for example. The file doesn't try to resolve it using the Google DNS servers, but uses my internal one. Static entries, I can also enter some static entries here if I want. test123.hicnet. Copy this. And which IP address does it give back? 192.168.4.44. Just as a test. Anyway, let's try. Test123. Now under encrypted DNS, if I want, I can enable encrypted DNS. In my case, I'm not going to enable it. Under advanced, I can enable TCP queries. I have already cached here, activated. I won't change anything here, okay? So now I'm going to commit this and I'm going to make a test. So the commit is through. Now we're going to try to resolve this. netsums.com is still not working. And I'm going to show you why. And test123.hicnet also not working. I have a DNS name for my Palo Alto, PAMGMT, also not working. So let's go back to the Palo. What was missing was here the interface. I just wanted to do it on purpose to show you that if you don't add an interface to be allowed DNS proxy, this won't work. So I need to enter here the interface. The one that I'm using now is 1.1. And I'm going to enter 1.1. And let me go to interface. 1.1 is the one from this network. And here, let me just bring back to static. Has nothing to do now with our test. Let's go back to DNS proxy. Now I'm going to commit. Can I see here yeah, there it is. Interface Ethernet 1.1. I'm going to commit again and then we can try. So the commit is through. Now let's try again. Now it should work. There you go. Now I'm getting an IP address, this one here for netsums.com. For test123 is the one that we configured locally, is the 444. And this is the IP address from my file. This one is coming from my internal DNS server. So everything is working just fine. There's still one thing that I forgot to mention, that's actually a cool thing. Now if you go to device, setup, oh wait. If you have here DNS cache, if this cache here is active, there's a cool thing that you can do. Let's go to device, setup services, and here you have under DNS setting the option to choose a DNS proxy object. And you can come here and select the proxy that you used. Usually, the DNS configuration for the file is totally different from the configuration from the DNS proxy. You have a special configuration here for the management, and it's usually this that you can enter the information that you have. But you can also enter a proxy that you created, so you have everything aligned. Whatever you have on the data plane, which is not the management, it's aligned to the DNS queries that you make from the management plane. And now if you leave it like this, DNS proxy object, everything is synchronized. It's actually a cool feature. If you'd like a free VPN form to share with your site-to-site partners, head to netsums.com/resources to get yours for free. And there we also have some other stuff. Take a look, netsums.com/resources.